Hey, this is Mark the Meerkat with Grok Trade with a lesson of the day, which is about how do you let your winners run. This trade was on INO, and in pre-market it was way up high here, was coming down a little bit, and then when the market opened, it crashed down and then went all the way to its closing line. That's a drop of over 7% from the pre-market highs, and then it bounced off of its closing line right there, came up, did a bear pullback, and then bounced just about in that area. And now it's a very sloppy low base here. So I said, hey, let's set up a trade. If it breaks this closing line, let's get short here on INO. So I set up the trade, let the market come to me, and let's see what happened next. And bam, there it goes. It just dropped down here. Now I had to short it on the uptick, so I was short at 1368 is where I got short at when it came back up. Actually, this line, this right here was the actual close of the day. I'm recording this after 4 o'clock. That was actually the close of the day here, just about where it started the day. So anyway, here we are. I am now short here. I'm bringing a stop. I have exactly a 1% stop behind my 1368 here. And so right around here is where my 1% attached stop is automatically activated. So that's above the closing line, and it's above where the support line was. So I got two shields between that and my stop. So let's see what happened after that. It dropped down here, and now it's starting to low base down here. These are lines that I had in here from when I was trading this morning. And it's low basing down here a long time here. So I'm going to bring my stop in the money. I'm going to follow along this 8 EMA here. Because it's staying way below that, but it's basing here. So I'm going to go ahead and now take out half. Why would I just take out half? Well, because of my trading rules. I'm going to actually show you my trading rules for managing my trade. So here we are for this is the Meerkat day trading, right, cut and pasted right out of my trading plan. So I'm going to shield my stop whenever I can with lines of support and resistance. I just showed you how I did that. Move my stop to break even as soon as practical when it's either 0.5% or 1% in the money. I want to be at least to break even. And then I'm going to exit the trade if something changes dramatically in it, and that it reverses. All the reasons for going short have suddenly reversed. But here's how how I let my winners run. I'm going to scale out of winning trades. When do I do that? I'm going to exit half if it stalls at a line of support. So that's how you let your winners run. If it's stalling there, not reversing, but stalling there, it's low basing that we just saw on here, right? Then I'm going to move my second half. I'm going to take out half at that point, and then I'm going to move my second half stop to break even or in the money. Now I have a guaranteed income trade. Guaranteed income trade. So now it's not a matter if I make money, it's a matter of how much can I make now. And then I'm going to continue to slide my stop down in the money using either the 8 EMA or whatever moving average it happens to be honoring right now, meaning which one's it coming back to. And in this case, the 8 EMA was being honored. It wasn't going back up above it, so I'm just going to follow that one on the way down. If it continues down, if it bounces back up, I'm out. Slight in the money trade on the second half. Hey, I made a nice income there. So then I'm going to exit the rest when something changes. That is, if it suddenly crosses that line I've been using as a moving average to shield my stop, or if suddenly the volume changes and the price action changes. When something changes, I get out of the rest. So there you have it. Those are my exact rules, cut and pasted out of my trading plan. So here's how I did that. Remember I said I had this stop up here because I wanted to shield it with the closing line and this prior line of support. And now it's down here, and I'm going to take out half here at $13.36 for 2.3% on the first half. Now I got to change the number of shares in my second half here. I'm going to bring it here just above this 1350 and the 8 EMA. Let's see what happens after that. Right there's where I took it out. You can see, look at that. It's coming down here, and get ready to go down. And sure enough, it's starting to break down here. This 1330 is really strong. Bam. Oh, now it dropped to 1310 area. Bring in my stop here, now down here just above this area here, which was strong support, could now be strong resistance to protect my stop and from getting stopped out in the second half. So 1310 now, it is now low basing there, and as it sits there and waits for a little while. And by the way, I want to notice when it did finally break down, what happened to volume? Boom, it broke up here. When it fell down here, what happened to volume? Boom, it went up there. And now it just fell down, and what happened to volume? Whoa, look at that nice big volume. That's what we want to see. That's more and more bearish. So I'm going to bring my stop down here along this 8 EMA, keeping it above this 1310, around 13, what is that, 1318 area. And again, in the money, just the second half of my trade. And now it's down here. Now it's a low basing down here at 1280. Now I didn't know it was going to be stepping down like this when I got in. This is how I gave my trade an opportunity to keep going in my favor while locking in a little bit of profit. So now I'm going to moving it along this 8 EMA, here, and then it started to bounce up here, and right there. See there? It pierced right up above that area, just above $13, and came back down, and it filled me at $12.97 for 5.2% on the second half. So let's look at this entire trade. It was a kind of a sloppy low base here, and when it broke down, I got short, and then when it stalled, I took out half, and then as it went down, I let my winner run, and it fell down here. I just kept moving my stop down to different areas, so I still had shields, and then finally when it broke above that 8 EMA for the first time since it started to fall down, first time it was above it, that's when it stopped me out for a total trade of 3.8% in 23 minutes. Hooah! Love it when that happens. Now, this was just one of 8 trades that we had today. It was the biggest trade we had in the Grok Star day trading chat room this morning, and there it was, trade number 5. We ended up with a 75% success rate. Yeah, pretty incredible today. Versus yesterday, we were at only 30-some%. I had a bunch of internet issues. My internet was down for over an hour, so I didn't get to trade as much yesterday. We ended up with 10% exceeded our stretch goal here, and our actual reward risk ratio was 2.9 to 1 today. Ooh, doggies, when you can do that, you can make some real money. Now, that's not 10% of our portfolio. That's 10% at risk. So for a model portfolio, if you invest $10,000 per trade, for each 1% then that you make you'd be making $100. So today we made just over $1,000 here if you were trading the $10,000 lot size. This is Mark the Meerkat. Hey, if you'd like to join us in the day trading chat room, or if you'd like to find out how to trade the Grok trade way, not just day trading, but swing trading or long-term position trading, go to groktrade.com, and you can check on the page for either day trading or for our mentoring program. We have another one coming up here in just about 2 to 3 weeks. So this is Mark the Meerkat. Hey, just remember to cut your losers short and let your winners run.